I used to be in the corporate world myself, and at 27, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. That's when I discovered Ayurvedic medicine, and I left the corporate world and forever gave myself into this work so that I can help other women really find themselves and not have to suffer. There are so many layers of a woman has to go through. She's trying to manage her own emotions and her physical body, and she's breaking down. It's 10 p.m. at night, and she's still checking her email that she promised herself she will not do. Tomorrow, she'll walk into the office looking completely fine. Nobody will know. By the time she got into bed, it was 12 o'clock. She couldn't sleep at night. She woke up around 3 a.m., looking up at the ceiling, trying to figure out how she's going to put herself back to sleep. Her mind started racing, but guess what? She got up, she got dressed, ready for work, had her coffee, had her breakfast, whatever she needed to do to get herself up to speed so that she could show up at work and deliver the way she's supposed to. Now, in all of this, the question is that are we looking at the human beings as human beings, or are they just mechanical? This is a great example of understanding what women are actually going through right now. They're not only transitioning in their own bodies through perimenopause and menopause, all the different changes that's taking place, maybe aging parents or children at home or growing up, other things they have to get through, such as intimacy with their own partner. A lot of corporate programs are designed to definitely see when there's somebody who is working really hard and they're burning out because you can see the symptoms. What about that person who is so close to the edge, but they're not showing any signs to you right now, but they are feeling the impact? What about that person? Let's think about that for a minute. The nervous system does not know that you've closed the laptop. It's still operating with cortisol and expecting things. The mind is racing. So there's this misalignment happening in the body, the mind, mentally, physically, emotionally. When you don't create clear boundaries for yourself, then your life becomes like this big run on sentence. This didn't finish and that didn't finish. And now your husband or your partner is upset and your children are mad because you just don't have time, or they're doing things where you need to be present with them and you're just not there, or you're there physically but mentally you're so exhausted you're not there with them. They feel it. Your family, the most important people in your life, they feel all of that. These very high achieving women who do so much get to that place in their life in their 40s or their 50s to get there to be VP or get that promotion as a director or some type of management. They look at their own body and their mind and they're like, I'm too tired. I don't want it anymore. I'm so exhausted. At the same time, the men around them are just marching forward and getting the promotions, having their night dinners and hanging out and doing all these things. For a woman, her body is different. Her body's asking for different things. So she has to listen to herself. She cannot abandon herself. If you've worked all your life to get to that place in your career where you are now about to get that promotion, you have waited for a lifetime. And you get there and you're like, I don't want it anymore. I could care less. I'm so tired. I don't want to manage all these people. I don't want to deal with anybody. In fact, I don't even want to see anyone at this point. I just want to be alone. I just want to be with myself. This is where corporations and their wellness training can really help. These ladies do not want to be on another app to manage their meditation. We often recognize burnout when the employee stops performing. What about the employee that's still performing, but they're burning out inside? She may look like one of the best employees at the height of her career, and she may be going through one of her biggest physiological transitions of her life, which is perimenopause, menopause. Her sleep patterns, her cognition, her energy level is changing. Everything is changing about her. She sometimes doesn't even recognize herself. Then to look good, the corporate culture usually tells you just manage your time a little bit better. Take care of yourself. There's something called self-care. Just put on a meditation app or follow another training. At lunchtime, there's a new webinar coming on, or a speaker is coming at lunchtime. Is that really going to fix her lifelong problem? Is the question. She's gone to the doctors and gotten medical help for her anxiety, her depression, for her hormone changing, but none of it is helping her. Wellness just can't be another annual health fair or meditation app. People are already on their screen all day long They just don't want to look at another screen to figure out what they're getting on their phone or some other technology, which you want to get away from. That's why we want to calm the mind. You can't really send people to a lunchtime webinar or a lunchtime talk because a lot of times the women who actually need it, they don't even make it there. This is a real issue that's happening in our environment right now where women are just burning out. Men also, but my focus is to work with women because I specifically work with their bodies changing and transitioning, especially when they're hitting perimenopause and moving into menopause. It is a very critical time to understand what's happening to the body. This is why I love Ayurveda so much because it actually tells you how everything you're doing, the pressure, the deadlines, and being connected at work with a rhythm. If your rhythm is off internally, then you will not be functioning well. Having a rhythm means there's a time to eat, there's a time to sleep, there's a time to rest, there's a time to meet your family, there's a time to meet your colleagues, there's a time to do everything. And the evening should not be an extension of your workday, but it is a time for you to shut down and to start to recalibrate so that you can be your best self again tomorrow. Time to go to sleep. Time to shut things down. Time to tell your body that I have completed my day's work. Now I'm going to have dinner. Now I'm going to be with my family. Now I'm going to do these things. So there's this conscious awareness that has to take place. People have to awaken to that. I've been doing this work for over 25 years, and my goal is to help women understand their own lifestyle practices, the awareness, sleep, and sustainable practices, habits, all the things that they can do. And we start with one thing at a time. I used to have a wellness center in Palo Alto, and women would come in from these big companies like Facebook and Google, whereas they already had their own wellness programs. I would ask them, why aren't you going in for a massage over there? And you get it for free, literally. You can get consultations, you can get all kinds of things. The reason why they would come to see me and pay me separately for it is because they weren't getting what was required. They weren't getting what they needed at a job fair or just a massage, a masseuse that showed up at lunchtime just to do a 5 minutes of massage on the shoulders. That's not a wellness program. Companies have set up little companies to offer something. There are separate people doing different things, mindfulness and meditation, a breathing technique. Or in order to have a complete program, the source of all of it comes from ancient wisdom. And yes, it all helps. So wherever your company is or whatever the person needs or the company needs, it's all good. But I'm just saying that as an overall arching picture, we use Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurveda is the 5,000-year-old healing system from India. It is an actual science. A lot of scholars say it was the first medical system that ever came about. It is a sister science of yoga. All the things that you see now around mindfulness, meditation, awareness, all of it comes from the ancient wisdom. When you go to the source, you can start to see how you can build up a person's life, not just take one little piece of it and just say, let's just everybody breathe. How are you breathing? Even breathing is different for different doshas, we say, mind body types. One of the first things we do in our work is to identify what is your mind body type based on the 5 elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. Now, this is not just woo woo stuff because all these are ways of understanding how your own mind and body is made up. That's what my program is all about. I hope this video can help you understand just the idea about what wellness programs as a whole should be. I have a program called Be Resistible. I've taken the best things I've learned over the years of what works for women. Part of it is the nervous system regulation, it's the breathing patterns. It's first of all understanding who you are. Based on that is how you design your own protocol. If there were 5 or 10 of us, if we sat down and we ate the exact same food, every single person would have a different impact or an outcome of that food. Either you really enjoy it, the constipation, the irritable bowel, how is your body digesting all the food? There's so many different things happening. So once you understand your own mind body type, it's easier to understand which direction to go in and what you would like to have. I would just like to leave you with that one question to really think about. Where are you on that journey? Are you about to be burned out? Are you about to really lose it? Have you already stopped performing, categorized in the burnout phase? I know that there's a couple of people who work at different companies, and the company's given them a whole day to go and just do whatever you need to do because it's high stress. The company says, oh, go ahead and take all this time off. Is your time, but we need all these projects finished. There are deadlines associated with these projects. One girl, she does yoga. She's really trying to understand her body. But guess what happens to her? When she starts doing the yoga practices, where is her mind? Her mind goes straight to work because she has to finish projects. When the person is relaxing, are they really relaxing? How? Do they have the tools to do it? This is where it's really important, the fine line where we get deep down inside the in betweens to help somebody heal and to understand themselves, start to really know who they are from the inside out. I hope you're enjoying this video. I hope it's been able to give you some insight on the corporate environment. And please do reach out if you would like to connect with me. If there's anything that I can do to help your company, I am here and I'm looking forward to talking to you.